Just really pleased. I had mentioned it to you guys, on Monday at the press conference and on Thursday, that I've been pleased with our team's attitude, the preparation, the work that they've been putting in. We know we haven't been perfect in some games, but I knew we were close. And I told you that over and over again. And tonight we were far from perfect. But when we did put it together, we were humming on all sides. And that's the type of start, 2 weeks in a row, big game. Last week, 11 o'clock, this noon, doesn't matter. They wanted to play at 9, we'd have been ready. But our guys came out strong, and they had a tough mindset. We needed to go back to establishing the line of scrimmage. It's who we are. And to rush the ball for that many yards in the first half was really impressive by our team. I've been challenging the offensive line, the group, to be more consistent and to put it together and be who we are. You got to give an individual shout out to Ray Davis. What a great individual performance. He'll be the first one to tell you. I think he's going to come in here after me. But, Line obviously did a great job in pushing people around. But he made some people miss and ran around some people and threw people and over people, you name it. And give him a lot of credit for some great individual effort. I think once again, as I just told the team, there's still a lot more out there for us, and we're going to need it. We all know who we play next week, and you're going to have to put it all together. And we were close at times today, and it could show you how good of a football team we can be when we do put it together. And I think there's a lot more out there for us, and we're going to keep on working and keep on pushing. I'm really proud of this staff. I think they did an excellent job. I have to give a shout out to all the coaches because they really had a good plan. And the coordinators and the assistant coaches and the players have been working hard, and it's a great team win.
You don't talk so much about first down efficiency. You raised first 2 runs in the game, 10 and 19 yards on first down. Did you all change the way you were blocking that up front, or was it just a matter of?
No, we dressed it up different and ran, did some things a little different. But no, we've been running the same plays. We mixed in some good gap schemes, and that opener is a form of a gap scheme, but it's really like a power with a wrap with a puller. It gives them a little bit of candy to look at, and then some gap schemes hit them also later, and so we hit them off balance pretty good.
The offensive line's taking, I guess, a lot of heat, for the lack of a better term. What do you think performance, I guess, on the ground can do for their confidence?
I think it gives them a lot of confidence. It gives them a lot of pride because I know they care and I know they've been working. And I think, last week with the move with Eli to center, I felt like we were getting closer to that and a game under our belt. And Jagger, I don't know how he played today. I imagine he played a lot better than he did last week at guard. And so I think Eli gives us some of that stability back at center that gives us a good starting point.
Segueing off of that, Coach, that a lot of those early runs did come off the right side of the offensive line.
Yeah, I really don't know, Lonnie. That wasn't by intention, probably by hash or where we were set. But Flaxy has been doing a really good job. He's a big dude, and I don't know. I haven't watched the film yet, but it appeared as we were moving some people off the ball. Yeah.
With the amount of beers that you asked Blue Boot Nation to pound this morning, did you feel like you owed it to them to really give it to Florida in the first half?
I absolutely had to start fast for them, because I asked them to start fast this morning. I think they did. I hope they behaved well, or Mitch is going to give me a scolding. So I hope they behaved. But we jump out at such a strong start, and at the end they were kind of quiet. I'm like, they just come to expect this kind of win now from from us. So no, we always appreciate it. It was a fun environment, and really glad we got off to a good fast start. Sorry, you were here.
Coach, we saw today early on, the defense made some big plays, kept them scoreless most of the first half, and really they were just 2 long drives. Can you talk about when they're on the field that much, just how well they played and some big plays they made?
Yeah, I thought defensively we were really close to having an excellent day. We missed a sack on that drive. It's going to be second and extra long. We have a good chance to get out of that drive. I didn't like the way we finished the last possession offensively. in the last possession defensively at the end of the first half. However, we come in here, we talk about it, we get things corrected, and we responded. We get the ball to open the second half, and we go right down and score a touchdown. So I think that really kind of set the tone again.
Segueing off that too, you know, two-star players, Deion Walker and Trey Wallace, made that big play with the pop and the interception. So what do those two captains bring to the defense and the energy and the play?
Well, just their leadership, you know, they're captains for a reason. They're really good players, and they're impact players. You know, they're bona fide, you know, SEC, you know, players. You know what I mean, and can fit in and look the part anywhere.
Mark, I know it's just one game a year, but to chasing the streak for all those years and now have 3 in a row, what does that mean?
I hadn't thought about that at all. You know, this was such a big game for this moment. You know, for this team, and I'm happy for that team. You know, our team was, you know, they've just been. I guess, you know, I've used that word, I don't want to use it again, but like they just knew that we were close and there was more, and they've been working and working and working, and eventually you want paid off. And we always talk about that, like keep on working, don't ever grow weary of doing right, you know, and just keep on working hard and doing things right, planting those seeds and at the right moment. You know, if you don't, you got no chance, you know, in big games and big moments. And I think we learned a lot, and we have a lot further to go, and we keep this attitude and keep this work ethic, and good things will lie ahead of us.
Mark, you've seen guys like Benny and Lynn do what Ray did today. What does it take for a player to put a team on the back the way you did?
Yeah, I mean, you know, and Ray has another gear, you know, where he has that ability. The first touchdown on the screen, he drugged somebody or, you know, ran somebody over for a good 3 or 4 yards or whatever, and then he has that ability to make people miss. And then you saw top end today, you know, so I think you know he's really a complete back, and certainly has been dynamic with catching the ball out of the backfield.
For this week, you've kind of mentioned at times he may not have been disciplined within the run. Was that disciplined today?
Yeah, it was there, and I don't want to emphasize that, because Ray is a very coachable young man. You know, we just simply mentioned in one of the games, and you know he's coming in here. I mean, he has great instincts, great awareness, and a great feel. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I mean, there's discipline with running backs. We're teaching and we're coaching, but sometimes it's between him and God. You know what I mean? Like, they just do what they do, and they see things and have vision. The great ones have vision. And in game 2, we were talking about, he missed a couple that were there. I mean, it's just simply talking about it, watching it, and showing them. You know, but you don't want to overcoach that, because there's times today where it was like, oh, maybe not supposed to go there, but then he goes back and creates an explosive. You know, I think he's a disciplined player. He's a very coachable player, and he has very good instincts. So you don't need to overcoach it either.
Running out of wide receivers there at the end?
Yeah, we were. We'll see. We're getting some guys banged up. Yeah.
What do you think it means for your team moving forward, finally coming out of the game, not really with a bitter taste in your mouth?
You know, I think a little bit of joy in there. You know, they needed a little joy. You know, they've been working hard. It's been they've been working hard through the summer, through camp, you know, through the beginning of, you know, the preseason. We talked about it on Monday as a team and a unit, and, you know, continue to play for each other and put all the individual accolades aside. And we talked about walking in that meeting room on Monday and everybody being happy for each other, no matter what they did individually. And I believe every single person bought into that.
Dominant first quarter last week and really first 25 minutes today. The confidence, does it give your guys extra confidence, the hot start, you know, to come out those first few drives and really punch? Does that make
it does, but you got to be able to withstand adversity too. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's going to happen, and you know, we went through a few bumps today and responded the way we should respond. And so, you know, yes, we always want to start fast, but you know, I'm sure at some point it'll go the other way, and we have to also find, you know, and face adversity and handle it the right way.
You've always been confident with Larry. How do you think he played today?
I thought he missed some things, you know, early, and we didn't help him again. You know, we had a couple catches that we should have made, and that might help his confidence too. He definitely late in the game missed one. I don't know. It was through traffic again, and we missed that third down conversion, the 3rd and 3 or 4. I thought it was, it was a poor throw, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was deflected. I don't know his vision. You know, I don't know. But we can't have that because we had some guys open.
Well, Monday you talked about Florida being committed to the running game. Your defense hadn't played a rushing attack like this, and they kind of had to get away from it. Were we all doing well in your fits?
Yeah, I think that was a big part. Yeah, you're right, 29 for only 69 yards there. But, they are committed to run the ball. You saw it even late, with critical moments when we stopped them. They don't get away from. They do what they do, and that's to Billy's credit. He knows what he's doing. And he's a good ball coach. And but our guys were dialed in as well. And we got some big guys and could play the run fairly well too. We're not perfect, but we take pride in how we play up front.
What about your guys' secondary? You obviously forced Florida to make more throws after limiting their rush game.
Yeah, I didn't like giving up the long one. It was a really nice throw and catch. They hit us on some over routes that we had some things we could play better. I don't want to say, MAs or busts and that people will run with it the wrong way. They're just some complicated routes that we can play better. We know better, and they hit us on some stuff that, we started adjusting and looking at it and getting it cleaned up on the sideline.
Mark, you're 5-0.
What are you pissed about today?
I'm not pissed today, John. I'm not pissed today.
Is John going to campaign to go in pass coverage more often now?
Yeah, he probably will.
Is there anything he can't do? I don't know. I understand.
No, I don't know either. He's a pretty athletic guy. He really is. He wears wide receiver shoes. I mean, I saw him out there. I was like, really? You're the only guy that big I've ever seen wearing wide receiver shoes. You know what I mean? So,
All right, folks,
yeah,
thank you. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, Coach.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We bring Ray in here on there.
Oh, I know.
The quarter. Could have done at least two more, but it was a great day. Personally, it was a great day for me. But honestly, I didn't really do much today. You got to give credit to the O-line and to the tight ends and the receiving core. Those guys blocking down the field, 20 yards, just staying with it, constantly going. Obviously today, running the ball was kind of something we were good at. So therefore, the receivers decided that, hey, we're going to step up and block. And when it's time to get the balls thrown, those guys stepped up and did what they had to do. But honestly, our O-line has been receiving a lot of criticism. But I think today, they showed up and they stepped up and they're making strides, man. Honestly, again, no one's perfect in this world. We're evolving and we're getting better each and every day, and those guys are getting better. As an offense, we're getting better. We're not going to be content with this performance. I think we have a lot more left in the tank, and we just got to get back to work on Sunday. Enjoy this for a couple hours and then get to work.
Last week you talked about making history at Vanderbilt. Today you made history here. How good is that feel for you?
I didn't make history. Our O-line made history today. I mean, those guys, we ran for 300 yards, something like that, total. So, as a collective unit, we made history. For me, it was just kind of going into another game, and things were hitting, holes were opening, and I just got to see it right. Last week, someone had asked me, the consistency within the running backs, and for me, that Vanderbilt game, I took it personally, just because again we weren't hitting the right holes, and that falls on me. So I went back to the lab, I got in the film room, and I had to see what I was missing, the holes, and what the O-line was creating. I think today I showed that today.
Ray, come on, your stats on field last week advantage. You said that I overheard you make a comment about Florida, but you give the offensive line a lot of credit today to back up what you said. You gonna take them out to dinner?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna take those guys out to dinner. I gotta take the tight ends and the O-line. Probably run a hole in my pocket, but I think for rushing for 300 yards total as a group, that might double my. I don't know what that check's gonna be like, but I'm not gonna want to see it.
Ray, were you following along with your stats
throughout the game? Did you see like where you were at, and were you trying to like go for record late in the game?
Nah, honestly, I didn't even really know. I think, after the big run I had ran, at that point I was like, I think I only got like 75 yards, like something like that. I wasn't really too into it. I was just trying to keep my head in the game. I think once you start to focus on the statistical part of the game, that's when you start to lose your mojo and your juice. So, guys are coming up to me and, congratulating me, but I'm like, it's only the first quarter. We got to keep going. We got to keep pounding. And the results showed today. We're getting the W.
You came here for moments like this, and now you're 5-0. When was the last time you were 5-0?
Probably high school, honestly. But again, I'm just blessed to be here. I'm blessed for the opportunity that Coach Stoops provided for me. I'm blessed for the coaching staff. When they recruited me in the portal and they just felt that I can come in. Again, I had some big shoes to fill, and I think today I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly trying to cement myself as one of the Kentucky running backs who can become great. But honestly, 5-0. But we trying to go 1-0 each and every day. So it's about trying to go 1-0 next week against Georgia.
We talked about with Mark, he said a few weeks ago he hadn't talked to you, there were some holes you missed in game 2. And he applauded you on the way you took the criticism and the way you got working in it. And he said there's something just with God, the vision that you have. Talk about how that made you want to get better and fix those things when you received that like week 2.
Yeah, as college athletes, we got to be able to take constructive criticism. We got to be able to understand that, what our coaches are seeing, they may be seeing something different from what I'm seeing. So, again, it's about getting back in the film room and understanding what he saw. And, maybe I was trying to press it too much. Maybe I was trying to do a little too much. So, I definitely appreciate Coach Stoops for calling me out. Again, I don't want somebody to just sit there and not tell me what I'm doing wrong. Again, the only way for me to understand what I'm doing wrong is being told what I did wrong. And shout out to Coach Stoops, shout out to my O-line, and, shout out to them just trusting me. Again, week 2 it was a rough week for me, and those guys kept my head up and just kept me going. And I think week 3 showed in week 4. Obviously we're on week 5, but again, you got to be able to take constructive criticism. Not everything's going to be perfect, and that's the approach I had to come with today.
Ray, did they give you any heads up that they were going to lean on you this much today?
No, honestly, I got to be ready. It's a next man up mentality. Again, however the game is flowing, if the receivers are going, then the receivers are going. I'm pass blocking. If we're running, we're running. Just about being ready in that moment and understanding, hey, when your number's called, you got it. This is the moment you live for. These are moments I came here. This is why I came to Kentucky, to be able to be in this moment, to be able to be around this crowd, this fans, and enjoy the energy. And I'm happy.
Were you drag the guy in the end zone, or were you run away from everybody?
Honestly, Jagger helped me on that one. I'll be honest with you. The first touchdown, Jagger did help me and put me in the end zone. So shout out to Jag on that one. But the second one, I did have to muscle my way through. But it's crazy. A lot of people criticized me for my speed, last year, and so I think the long run just showed that I could be a home run hitter. If I have the opportunity, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, Daryl and then Michael. Which old lineman's going to put the biggest hit on your arm?
Oh, it's probably between Flax or Marcus for sure. I've seen Marcus take down some chips within probably a minute, honestly, and it was the big bag. So Marcus might be the one to put the hole in my pocket for sure.
You got the one eye black on, the one off. This was a fight. You guys made it look easy at times, but it seems like this was a fight. It seems like every game, in the SEC. How impressed are you with the fight in your team?
This game wasn't easy, I'll be honest with you. No SEC opponent is easy. They're going to go out there and they're going to play. Our defensively, they stepped up and they made some really key stops, a lot of penalties that they had, and offensively, we just capitalized on those penalties. The eye black, I had to channel my LeBron, I think was it 2016 finals when they wore the black unis. He was like, we got to be the bad guys. And that was the mantra I had today was I got to be the bad guy. When I step on that field, no more being nice. I got to go out there and wake the world up. Man, and I think today I did it a little bit. I think the world kind of knows who I am. But again, I got to keep stacking days. I can't be content with this.
You started with 2, right?
I probably did start with 2. It's gone now.
Okay, folks. Okay, last one.
Ray, you scored a lot of touchdowns this season, and I noticed Marcus Cox picks everyone up when they score, at least you. What's it like to be 20 feet off the ground when he picks you up and you have to get in the end zone?
I'm just praying he catches me on the way back down. Yeah, I'm just praying. And it's crazy because we talked about that. We were like, well, we got to work on this, man. The first week or two, he dropped me, then it slipped. So, we were like, we got to work on this. We worked on it in practice maybe one time, and then that was our defining moment right there. And, hey, I felt like, what was that, The Notebook, where they ran and caught him, something like that? So, yeah. Was it The Notebook? Yeah, Dirty Dance. It's where they running in the rain or something like that. It's the same thing. So, yeah, he caught me.
Okay,
Everything is perfect.
I don't think we can top that one. So.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey,